All right, everybody. So we're gonna do Box and Whisker day 2. Okay. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna take the same data from yesterday. Okay. So I took a picture of it. Hold on. So the first problem yesterday, I'm just gonna rewrite it. So the minimum was 2. Put them in order. The lower quartile 1 is 4. Then the median, also known as quartile 2, was 8. The upper quartile, also known as Q3, was 12. And then the maximum was 14. Okay, so we're going to use the same information from yesterday. We're just going to take it one more step. One more thing I have to ask. No. Before I do that. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to graph this. It's super easy. And that's where the box and whisker comes from. So you're going to draw a number line at the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to go by, let's see, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay. Well, too much room. It's okay. I'll go up to 16. So you're going to plot these 5 numbers on your number line, okay, using dots. So we're going to put the 2. So on top of the 2, put a dot. Then a 4, then on the 8, the 12, and then the 14. So I have 5 dots, each representing the data on top. So the first dot represents your minimum. The second dot represents your lower quartile, quartile 1. Your third dot represents your medium, quartile 2. This dot represents your upper quartile, and the last dot represents your maximum. So this is how it's on a graph. And then you're going to connect these 2 with these 2, and then we're going to draw here a box and another box. So this is called a box and whisker plot. So this is like your 2 boxes, and then these are like whiskers, like of a cat. So box and whisker plot. That's where the name comes from, believe it or not. So box and whisker plot. So if you're looking at this, you realize this is your minimum, your lower quartile, your medium, your upper quartile, your maximum. In other words, your minimum, quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and then your maximum. Okay. So today we're just going to graph them, and then tomorrow I'm going to show you one more step to these graphs. So it does build upon this. Okay. Let's go to the next problem we did. We had minimum was 1, quartile 1 was 3, quartile 2, which is your median, was 7, quartile 3, which is your upper quartile, was 11, and then your maximum was 13. Okay, so we're going to graph this. The first thing we have to do is create a number line at the bottom. 0, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. I just kind of skipped one. Okay. So your first dot is your minimum. So I'm going to put 1 dot there. Then at the 3, the 7, the 11, and the 13. So I put a dot on top of all of these numbers. 1, 3, 7, 11, 13. The first 2 dots and the last 2 dots create your whiskers. And then in between here are your 2 boxes. Okay, that's all you have to do. Now, something that I forgot to mention, which is your range. Okay, so I'm going to one second. I'm gonna go back to this one. I forgot to add something. Your range. So your range is your maximum minus your minimum. When it comes to your left hand, I like to think of like, okay, this is my range. I touch these 2, it's my range. This is like my range of my hand. So the maximum here was 14 minus the minimum is 2. So 14 minus 2, the range is 12. So the distance from the smallest number to the biggest number, the distance between these two numbers on a number line is 12. That's called your range. We don't graph the range. It's just shown. But they might ask you a question like, okay, what's the range? Oh, the range is the minimum and the maximum. Okay, so that's another graph. Let's graph a couple more. We have 2 more to graph. So today we're going over graphing. Tomorrow I'll give you the graph and you got to tell me the information. So we'll work backwards. Given the graph, tell me the info. All right. Okay, so minimum from yesterday was 40. No, why do I keep putting a comma? Quartile 1 is 46. Quartile 2 is 55. Quartile 3 is 67. And maximum is 69. Okay? So we're going to draw a number line. Looking at my numbers here. Let's go up by, gosh. Let's start off with 40 and go by 2s. Let's see if it fits. 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64. Oh no, 64 was supposed to be over here. I'm going to add another number line. 64, 66, 68, 70. Oops. It's all right. So where's my first dot go? The minimum, which is 40. Put a dot on 46, 55. So where would 55 go? In the middle of 54 and 56, right? So there, 67 would be over here, and then 69 would be there, right? Okay, so this is kind of weird. Sorry, guys. Here and here, really bad example. My box would be here, first box. My second box, off the page, and then kind of be right here. Sorry. So imagine this over here. So you're graphing, and then the first two make the line, the last two make a line, and then box, box. Okay, what would be our range here? The maximum is 69, the minimum is 40, so I'm going to subtract those, 29, so the range is 29. So how much is this data spread out by? It's spread out by the range of 29. All right. All right. I think we had one more problem yesterday to graph. Yes, we did. Okay, numbers are way smaller on this one. So we're going to do minimum is 1, quartile 1 is 9, quartile 2 is 13, quartile 3 is 19.5, and then maximum is 23. So that's our data from yesterday. Now we're going to graph it. First thing to graph is to draw your number line, just like so. 0. Let's see. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. Not bad. Not bad. I did it. This would be the 0. All right. So first dot would be on the 1, second dot's on the 9, then 13, then 19.5. Well, that would probably be right there. And then 23. Okay. So then whisker, whisker, and then box, box. Now, do you notice that this line is longer than this line? And then this box is a little bit smaller than this box. You know, this rectangle is longer than this rectangle. Well, there's a reason for that, and it says a lot. Tomorrow's video, we'll go over more of the graph part, like what do these mean? Why this one's more stretched out? It all has a reason. We'll do that tomorrow. Just today, like if you learn how to take this and learn how to make a graph, we're A-okay. So now let's do the range, which is an extra question for today. The biggest number is 23 minus the small number, which is 1. So 23 minus 1 is 22. So the range is 22. Okay. So today we're just going to practice solving for this again. Not really graphing. Tomorrow I'll probably ask you to graph. So step by step. All right, cool. If you have any questions, let me know. Lost shorter video today than yesterday, for sure.